So now for our second story, or second segment really, I want to talk to you about some questions I have regarding ghosts and demons. Now, yesterday, or a couple days ago, when I did the episode about the Conjuring 2, I referenced that I had written a review for the Conjuring 1 on my website, Video Vandals. Link will be in below. But I was reading my review, and it had some questions I had about the movie and ghosts in general. And as I was reading it, I thought, these are actually really good questions, and I think this would make a good segment on the show, because a lot of times when we think of ghosts, we don't really think logically, or we don't extend it to the realm of logic. And I believe in ghosts. I've said this before. I believe in ghosts and demons and stuff like that. I don't believe they're as powerful as people think they are. I think that if they exist, they're some sort of like quasi-paranormal, multi-dimensional type of thing. I don't think that they are as powerful as a lot of people think they are. And here's my questions for that. Just ghosts and demons in general. Just a couple questions. Just asking questions, like people like to say. So if a demon can possess a doll and run around the house, if a demon can possess objects, which is generally like, they're like, this music box is haunted, and it wakes me up at night, or this doll is Robert the doll is haunted, or Annabelle is haunted, it's possessed by the ghost of this person, and they're just running around and scaring you. Why can't a ghost or a demon possess a predator drone and just fly around and blow up churches? I mean, why is it they use their supernatural powers to enter an inanimate object, make it animate, and then hide around the corner, or little footprints that you hear late at night? Why don't they step the game up? These demons and some of these ghosts are like, get out of my house type of like grabbing you by the throat. You know, the ghost hunters are in the house with their infrared cams and they're like, something just grabbed me. Why don't they just make the electrical cables wrap around the dude's neck? Because it can. Why does it just do scary stuff and not deadly stuff? If your goal as a ghost or a demon, again, is to get people to not move into a house or to leave a house. So you'll see stuff like written on the mirror, get out. Or they'll be like walking around a haunted asylum and you hear a voice being like, leave now. Like they're like, I caught it on my EVP. I totally heard that. Oh no, something's choking me. If they don't want people there, if they don't want to be disturbed, which is a common theme, especially in haunted house movies, that was what was happening in The Conjuring and The Conjuring 2. Why don't they just possess a home inspector to show up and be like, yeah, this house has a really bad case of black mold. No one can live here. Yep, the wiring is faulty. This place is a fire hazard. No one can live here. Why not? Because they can possess people, right? Why don't they do that? Are Muslim, atheist, Jewish, ghosts of other religions, are they affected by a crucifix or by prayers, Latin Catholic prayers? Can a Jewish ghost haunt a non-kosher kitchen? I think those are relevant questions. If you believed your entire life, if you were a Muslim, and that was the faith you subscribed to, and then you die, does your ghost go, oh, no, now I'm this other religion that's affected by crosses? Or would a ghost of a Muslim dude be like, you're like, get out by the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, and they're just like, whatever, dude. They're like eating halal food. You're like, oh no, where did all my chicken go? You know, so, I mean, again, that's something that I think people who believe in ghosts kind of have to address. I think the idea is that, you know, there's like one true religion, and if you're a ghost, then you are like bound to that true religion or whatever. But if you believed all your life, if you were Buddhist and you found out you were a ghost and you're like, oh, I guess reincarnation isn't true, and then some priest comes and he starts screaming at you in Latin, are you just going to be like, what are you, I can't even understand what you're saying. Trying to meditate. Why do ghosts always wear clothes? Most people die in their underwear or naked. But when we look at ghosts of like Elizabethan times, they're in like the full garb. Women are in the corsets and the bustier, or is it bustier, whatever. They're in like the full gear and they have the long. Can you imagine wearing that stuff? You know, I'm an actor. I do stuff in local theater. The costumes are so heavy and it's hot as hell. I do a lot of Shakespearean stuff. If I had to spend eternity dressed like Lord Capulet, I would go insane. That would make me an evil ghost. If Marie Antoinette died in her knickers, wouldn't her ghost be like topless in knickers? Why aren't there more ghosts like wearing like stained tank tops? Or like Frankie Says Relax shirts, and they're like, oh man, I died in this? That's okay. Frankie Says Relax is a great band, and then 5 years later, they're like, oh, you die wearing a Matchbox 20 shirt, and you're like just stuck forever. Okay, so here's another point. Does anyone else think it's a coincidence that 90% of the things attributed to ghosts, like door slamming shut, things falling, cold spots, etc., can also be caused by that mysterious force known as wind? Why is it always stuff that can happen naturally under the right set of circumstances? They're so funny. So in Conjuring 2, Conjuring 2 was supposedly based on a real case. And there was a photo of a girl levitating in the middle of the room. It is a very, very famous photo among paranormal investigators. Look at this picture of this girl. She is floating in the middle of this room. She has very, very, very clearly just jumped off the bed. There is no way she did not just jump. And the photo was taken while she was in midair. It is the most ridiculous piece of evidence that I've seen regarding ghosts, and that's saying a lot, because I've seen stuff that was out and out, like CGI fraud. But this has been, look at her, she's levitating. No, she's jumping in the air. If I take a picture every other second of a girl jumping rope, is that proof that she is possessed? Because her feet are off the ground? It's insane. I mean, and there are a lot of other questions about ghosts, like, why do so the way we see is through light going into our eyeballs, and it refracting so we can see what's out there. Ghosts don't have eyeballs, so how can they see anything? Technically, they don't have eardrums either. I mean, so they can't hear you. Ouija boards, they don't make any sense, because can I talk to a ghost who doesn't know English? Can I talk to a ghost who knows English, but it's old-timey English? And they say, like, thou a lot. It's always like, it'll spell out, don't go there, not like, thou shalt not moveth from thou place. What if you were talking to a Korean ghost? Would the Ouija board move to, like, Korean? Would you need to get a board with Korean characters on it? And when you become a ghost, do you automatically become a master linguist? Can you speak any language? How do they not fall through floors? They walk through walls. How do they not? And here's my biggest question, actually. I was thinking about this today. Everyone has a cell phone camera on them now, and we pretty much get the same amount of ghost photos that we've gotten over the past 20 years. Now, you'll see proof of ghosts, and it's just orbs, it's pieces of dust. We should, if ghosts were 100% real, and I'm not saying that all ghosts are fake, but if ghosts were 100% real and they were as numerous as we thought they were, everyone should have a photo of them. Also, sometimes there's ghost animals. But how come when I'm walking to work, I don't see a bunch of ghost squirrels? How come the world isn't populated by billions of life forms of ghosts, like plant ghosts and slug ghosts and squirrel ghosts and puppy ghosts, and just there should be ghosts everywhere. People who are like, I'm a medium and I'm sensitive to ghosts, they should be like that dude in Better Call Saul that can't leave their house. They'd be like, every time I walk out of the house, a million ghost jaybirds like crash into me. Because you would see every ghost possible. All the time. That was a clip from our daily podcast, Dead Rabbit Radio. Dead Rabbit Radio is available anywhere that you listen to podcasts. It's daily paranormal, conspiracy, and true crime news. If you want to hear the full episode that this clip came from, check the link below. Please like and subscribe. And hit that little bell, too. That does some magical stuff. Thanks, guys.